Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of We Are Error. This week, we'll be talking about IGN Summer of Games, as well as helping you guys get to know us a bit. I'm your host, Christopher Boyce, also known as Boycey. I'm joined by Nathan Gillybeard.
You all right?
And Sam Gustin.
Yo.
So, because this is the first episode, I thought it would be helpful if you guys could know us as a bit more. So, I've put together a quick Would You Rather for the boys. So, to start with, would you rather play Halo or Call of Duty? This is the whole series, not just an individual game.
It's got to be Halo.
Hands down.
100%. Two Halo fanboys right here.
The thing is,
one of them we can all agree on.
Call of Duty.
Legend of Zelda or Mario? This is a tough one. Easy for me because I haven't played Legend of Zelda, so it'd be Mario for me.
I'm saying Mario, me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mario because, like, them
Zelda's
platforming, mate. That platform, yeah, Zelda's still sick. But...
I think Mario's more consistent, but Legend of Zelda has better big games.
Yeah, especially with the latest release with the open world, it was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Legend of Zelda is coming out a bit more frequently now.
Yeah.
Mario has more spin-offs.
Yeah, I would.
Mario would just give you more to play because you got
say,
kart and stuff like that.
Mario.
Yeah, because Mario, if you play Legend of Zelda, you're playing like one game. But if you play Mario, you got Mario Kart, RPGs, and Paper Mario and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, next one: Castlevania or Metroid?
Oh, Castlevania. I'll make Ray proud on that one. You're right. Yeah, definitely.
Nah, I'm gonna go Metroid, man.
Yeah, I would say Metroid too.
Metroid's a better game, right?
Metroid Prime. Oh, Metroid Prime is so good. It's so good. Castlevania is good in its own right, but Metroid mixes things up a bit more again.
I put more hours into Castlevania, so definitely my choice. Yeah.
World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14
up a bit more again.
Yeah.
Nathan's gonna go with for this one.
Well, right. The thing is, I've played WoW on and off for like so
World
many
of
years.
Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 up a bit more again. Nathan's gonna go with for this one.
Well, definitely Final Fantasy for me.
I'm gonna have to go with WoW because I haven't played Final Fantasy 14, but I have dabbled in WoW Classic a bit, and I had a lot of fun for the time I was playing it, even though I was playing Warrior. But you guys are both going Final Fantasy.
I'm probably say Final. Yeah, just because I'm a fanboy, obviously.
Yeah, them chocobos, man.
Yeah, of course. World of Warcraft is a good game still, very good.
Yeah.
GTA or Saints Row?
Oh, come on, that's easy.
I was trying to think of one that could go with GTA, but
I'm not gonna
could
lie.
really. GTA dominates that genre.
Nah, I'm saying Saints Row, mate.
What?
Honest to God.
I mean,
Saints Row 1
single
and 2
player, you could have more dumb fun in Saints Row single player.
Nathan, please, did you ever play Saints Row 1 on 360?
Right, I have, and that's the best one. But the latest Saints Row releases are
terrible.
shit.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going off the early releases. That they're the games that made me buy a 360.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely saying Saints Row on that one.
I would say GTA because if it's like I had to pick one of them to play, GTA has more entries and it's better, and the entries are better on average.
Yeah.
Like Saints Row, what was it? What Agents of Chaos was the most recent release for that?
No,
Dead, get out of here.
Anything after the third one were just dry.
Yeah.
Dry
Yeah.
bones.
Now here's a tough one: Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing.
Ooh, I haven't played Stardew Valley, but I've
What?
heard it's
What?
sick.
You
What?
will love it, man. You love Animal Crossing. Stardew Valley is like
Damn.
is
Man,
is
it's
a
like
is
12
like
quid,
Animal
get
Crossing.
it.
It's so good.
Get it for your
It's so
Switch,
good.
man. It's like 12 quid.
Yeah,
Just
I've
get
heard
it.
it's
Yo,
sick.
guys, Saturday game right there. The
I've heard
Stardew
it's
Valley
sick.
multiplayer.
I'm
Stardew
still-
Valley multiplayer. Saturday chill game.
I'm still gonna.
I
go
would
with
I would go
Animal
Stardew.
Crossing. Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I have plowed the latest Animal Crossing game is fucking insane. It is absolutely amazing. Like I can't believe how much and there's still so many more hundreds of hours that I'm gonna plow into
What's
that
that?
game. Animal Crossing.
Mate, I got 405 hours on it.
What? As if I've got
Alright.
250 and I thought I were doing well.
That concludes what game would you have playing. Now we're on to hardware. Would you rather have to use a Nintendo 64 controller for the rest of your life or a keyboard that is missing half the keys?
To be fair, I grew up with the N64.
I'm going on Nathan on this one as well.
So like
Boomers.
I don't
Boomers.
even mind the
Boomers.
N64 controller.
The thing is though, that is like a keyboard that is missing half the keys is an apt description of what using a Nintendo 64 controller is like.
What half though? What half of the keyboard is it? The left half?
Random keys are missing,
just
so it's like
right.
holes.
Yeah.
So it's like your W key could be missing, your F key could be missing, your X
Not
key,
worth
stuff like
it,
that.
man.
I'd definitely take the N64.
Yeah.
All right. Only play an Xbox 360 or only play on the PS2. Now I know you guys are gonna say PS2 because you're old.
Say that again for me, Chris.
I don't know.
Only
man.
play Xbox 360 games, or only play on the Xbox 360, or only play on the PlayStation 2. I would go with Xbox 360. It's got. I know PS2 has more games and is the better overall console, but I would have more fun on Xbox 360 because you've got single player and you've also got a lot of multiplayer. You don't have that on a PlayStation 2.
You do if you get
Also, Xbox 360 was my first proper console, so
Yeah.
I'd played more. I'd played consoles before that, but Xbox 360 was the one I vividly most remember playing.
Yeah.
I'd definitely say PS2.
PS2.
James
accept
has
that.
just said in chat PS2 any day. So I think that's free view.
100%.
Yeah. I just want to point out, if we were making a tier list, I'd place the PS2 above the Xbox 360 any day of the week. But, you know, it's not a tier list. All right, so next is never play on PC again, or never play on a console again. And consoles include the Switch. They include the Switch.
I don't know, man. Like, can I do without Animal Crossing for the rest of my life?
You'll eventually get it
I'm
with
gonna-
emulator.
I'm gonna say console. I'd rather play console because, as much as a PC is the overarching power of the consoles, you just don't have as much diversity to play.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice
What do
to
you
be able
mean?
to just go for a shit.
You mean you don't have enough diversity to play?
Play Animal Crossing.
Wait 10 years,
Where are
you
you
get to
gonna
play
pick
all
up
those
a
games anyway.
Where are you gonna pick up a PC and take it
Yeah.
downstairs?
All right,
and play it
okay.
in your
Diversity,
hand? You know,
diversity to play doesn't mean that. It means diversity to play
and
means
games,
a range of games.
And games. I would say console.
PC will eventually be able to play every game. Emulators. So I pick PC. I'd rather play PC.
You fucking cheat.
Then again, I don't have a console. So would you rather have to live in Minecraft or live in Terraria?
I mean, I'm taking the 3D world, mate.
I'm taking Minecraft, mate. Terraria,
They're both
Terraria-
3D because you'll be living in them.
Terraria is a scary place.
Yeah, mate.
What do you mean? Getting chased by giant eyeballs that have
Eyeballs.
green flamethrowers? You don't scare you. You sound a bit wimpish over there, Sam.
No,
You're just
I-
quaking in those
I
boots.
can't play horror games. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, to be fair
I
though,
suck.
creepers.
Yeah.
Creepers, mate.
Mate, I
Like,
just
that'd
punch one
fucking
in head me and fucking one man punch him.
Alright, now we get to the funny ones. Would you rather talk like Hope from Final Fantasy 13
Oh my god.
or laugh like Tidus from Final Fantasy 10?
Oh, man. I'm gonna take the laugh.
You laugh a lot, mate.
I'm taking the laugh as well because Titus is pretty badass.
Yeah, nobody likes Hope. We're just gonna ignore Hope there. Alright, now would you rather last one, would you rather smell like the Great Mighty Pooh from Conker or look like the Nemesis from Resident Evil?
Oh, mate.
Now, Sam, you already look a bit like the Nemesis.
I was
Wow.
about to say that, mate. I was about to say that. I am Nemesis. I'm Shrek. I'm the Shrek mod.
I'm just right now.
Nathan's looking a bit like the Thomas the Tank Engine mod over there.
It's actually the red shining off my bottle onto my skin.
No. No.
Right, so what's the next one?
That was the last one. You didn't even answer it. You just laughed at me saying. Neither of you answered it. You both just laughed at me saying Sam looks like the Nemesis.
It's a pretty hard one to be fair, but I don't want to smell like shit.
Yes, which one's worse?
So I'm gonna take the ugly card. And
Doubling down on what you've currently
yeah.
got. Yeah, I see. I mean,
I'm going.
Huddersfield smells like shit anyway, so I would just blend in.
Oh,
I smell like the Great Mighty
You
Pooh.
have to represent me. I've lived here.
Yeah, you do.
I've lived here 29 years.
All right, okay, right. You can calm down over there. All right. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to IGN Summer of Games and talking about all the big reveals and stuff that have come from that. So first off, we're going to start with looking at the PlayStation 5 reveal. It's not showing up. Give me a sec. Alright, here we go. Alright, so what did you guys think about the design overall when you first saw it?
I loved it from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it from the get-go.
I love the memes that are coming with it, but
The memes are great.
I think it looks crisp, sleek. It's nice, man. It looks nice.
It looks good.
I don't know how I feel about it because I feel like it's definitely. I think with the white trims, it's the worst look it could possibly have. I think it would the trims would look better in any other color than white. But then it's like the console is massive. It's have you seen how big like the console is going to be? They're judging based off the disc drive. It's huge.
Yeah. It looks like a skyscraper stood by every other console.
People are making memes that the Xbox One Series X looks like a bin, but my bin looks more like the bloody PlayStation 5.
Oh.
I don't know. To be fair, you can tell with the Xbox, it's gone for the more corporate look.
Yeah.
And Sony's gone for the more, as they always do.
I was gonna say.
I mean,
yeah.
the interesting thing about the Xbox Series X is last time I heard is that all the Xbox Series X games are eventually going to be released for PC, so it's moved to look more like a PC. The design, like this is a really nice.
I mean, it does look like a router. It does. It really.
Yeah,
really
but
does.
I before like a month before the PS4 came out, there was like a meme about like all PlayStations look like skyscrapers, like.
Yeah.
But so everyone will find anything that if you look hard enough, you will see it as something else.
Yeah, James just made a good point. It's not a very unique look, like compared to the Xbox, which it's just a cube.
It is very modern, which is what they were going for.
But PS5,
they did go for
a
modern
with
look.
their designs and stuff. They always take that leap, don't they? Really?
Yeah. They've also changed the controller design, which I like. They've made it more chunkier because the PS4. Don't get me wrong, that controller is good, but you do have to make some changes. You can't just keep with the same.
Yeah.
You do have to make some changes down the line, and I'm really happy that they took that route and made the controller chunkier.
Yeah, I definitely think it's the best. I'm definitely getting the disc drive. I'm not getting a digital version.
It depends. It depends.
I was leading. 1 second. Can you guys still see the image? Oh, is it gone?
Yeah, you might wanna tweak it down a bit. That was a bit loud.
Yeah, just a tad.
I
need to do volume control, but like that was leading on to the next question. You guys gonna get the digital edition or the disc tray edition? And in the case of getting the disc tray edition, how much more expensive does it have to be for you to get the digital edition?
Well, that is true.
If I'm saving £100, I'm going for a digital version because I don't like discs anyway. I think they're annoying. Like it's better to just be able to launch the game from your console, not have to get up, change the disc.
I think a lot of people have got that view. I'll just quickly pan it over.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you've been collecting for many years now.
I collect games. I ain't got such a good collection, but it's.
It don't matter, man.
Oh, bro, you should see my collection. It's a fighting game stick, and that's it.
I love a hard copy of my games.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how much the disc shaves off of download time as well for me, and it's storage space. Depends how much they can get on that disc, because games are getting huge now.
They are.
There's reports. There's reports that some of the games are revealed are going to be over 100 gigabytes, and we see Call of Duty, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is like huge. It's like 150 50 gig. It's huge.
Gig,
and like if the disc can shave off 50 gigabytes, that's like 50% less download.
The thing is, internet is also moving forward. So, is it going to be that much of a problem in 5 years time, 10 years time?
That's a good point. All right, but now we'll move on to our first game. We're going to start with the one that's drummed up the most hype, Resident Evil 8. Now, all the leaks about this trailer did turn out true. We knew beforehand that this was going to have werewolves. We knew beforehand that Chris was going to appear and he was going to kill your wife, and you were still playing as Ethan. So we knew all this beforehand, but it's still a really good trailer in my eyes. It teases a lot without showing everything.
Turn the audio of the video up just a tad, and just so I can.
Over vine, under branch.
There you go. That's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a case by case basis, it seems. But yeah, so a lot of people didn't realize that this was the Resident Evil trailer until it showed
It's just a
8.
local tale.
I would like to say I realized Resident Evil 7 was Resident Evil 7 before they noticed, and Resident Evil 8 was Resident Evil 8 before you noticed, because partway through they show the Umbrella logo, which is like obvious.
Did any of you play Biohazard? Is it Biohazard?
Who sent you?
Resident Evil 0. Oh no, 7. You mean 7?
7.
Yeah. I've got it. I'm just playing through 4 first.
Yeah, you're gonna love 7 first.
This sequence. I'm confused about this. Like, what's like that going to be? Because a lot of people are saying that's going to be like a dream sequence. I've seen quite a few people say that's a dream sequence. Apparently from the leaks as well, that the woods is an entirely playable area, which means we might see a comeback of spiders into the series, which we haven't seen since Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Spiders are always good, man.
Yeah, so it seems like there's going to be 3 playable areas as well. There's going to be the castle, there's going to be the forest, and there's going to be the village. I don't quite know the order they're going to be in. I think it might go village, castle, woods, village.
Do you know if
judging...
this game's being made from the ground up, or is it just off another engine?
Same engine as Resident Evil 7, however, Resident Evil 8 is not being released on PS4 and Xbox One. Those versions have been cancelled because the graphic fidelity is too much. Because this might, there's no loading screens, and this area you see now might be fully playable.
That's pretty fucking good, and I do like the name as well. Works, all works.
Now, one thing I want to highlight in this trailer, see if I can find it, is there's a certain piece of imagery.
Like the house from the 7th game, though.
Yeah, there's a certain piece of imagery the developers have said gives away a lot. And I want to have a quick see like what we can garner from it. On my that right there.
What?
The developers have said that this image here that gives away a lot, and they weren't sure whether they were going to put this into the trailer or not. So from the looks of it, it's a fetus that's mutated, possibly with whatever virus is causing this.
That is 100% a fetus.
Yeah, that is a fetus, and it has a brass or metal ring around it, and then what looks like crow's wings coming out of it.
Yeah.
This looks like it could be the entry to a village as well, like the gate.
It looks
entrance
to a woods. I don't know.
It could be the entrance to the woods as well.
Or the entrance, I guess. Yeah.
So my thing is, I don't know whether this is going to be like a callback to something that we've seen earlier in the series that people didn't quite remember. So like this is like a certain character's signature or something like that, which would reveal a lot. Or it's like the reason why Chris killed Mia maybe is because she was pregnant and her baby was carrying the molded gene, and that's why he killed her. What's also an interesting point I want to point out from this is recently replayed Resident Evil 6 again, and the clothes that Chris is wearing right now are the same civilian clothes he's wearing when he's no longer part of the BSAA in Resident Evil 6. So is Chris acting on his own in this game? Chris might be acting on his own and acting out of orders.
Yeah, I think it might be better that way anyway. I feel like we need to come away from the whole police thing.
Yeah, kind of going on rogue on it.
Yeah.
I definitely
the shit on his own.
I don't think Resident Evil's story has been any better than it currently is now in terms of intrigue, because nobody knows what's going on with Chris, and we want to know what's going on with Chris.
Yeah,
it's really good.
The most badass character in the whole series.
I mean, the guy punched a boulder into some lava sample.
No, I
not
quite
just
like
several times, mate.
Yeah.
He laid into that boulder.
Man boxed a boulder, and then still had enough energy to stab a mutated Albert Wesker to death.
Wesker, innit? Yeah, it looks good. I've still got quite a few Resident Evil to play before this. I do want an Oculus back into this year because I would like to actually get a VR and actually get into the 7th game and
look into doing like getting a VR development kit because they're cheaper and you can probably develop small little stuff for them.
Right.
Good question. Can you guys see? Can you guys see the article I'm currently on or no?
No.
Right. So that makes it easier for me later. But yeah, so essentially what, as I said earlier, is the PS4 and the Xbox One editions, which we originally thought were coming, have been cancelled due to them not being able to run the game properly, which is a shame to people that aren't able to upgrade straight away. But it means that this game is really going to be pushing the capabilities of the engine, like as you can see in a couple of screenshots.
So
if this loads.
So what's actually is it?
No, this ain't gonna load.
It's the same engine, but I'm guessing they've just added a load more stuff.
It's the same engine.
It'll feel
as before, but the levels are bigger, and it's the models. Then, like for example, Chris's model hasn't been built from the ground up, so that it's just been worked upon. So there's just more.
Ah, right. I see. Yeah, I see. It's
because if you look through early on into the trailer, when he's just been shot, like this shot here, this is a better example. No, that's not. Yeah. Like there, this looks something very much out of the Resident Evil 7 engine.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It kind of looks a lot like the house from
the
7th.
But you can see there's just a lot more on it.
You know, when it's saying village, is it going to be British? Is it going to be based in like? Is it going to be like a Brit? Is that like a farm?
There is a castle, so it's probably European.
Yeah, maybe European. Yeah.
But we don't know. Anyway, we got to move on. We've spent quite a lot of time on Resident Evil Village. So moving on next, we have the game everyone saw coming, but everyone was happy for. Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Turn it down a smidge. Yeah, right. So I've got a lot to say.
Everyone saw this coming. Everyone saw it coming, but that doesn't diminish how good it's looking.
Oh my, yeah.
So, I haven't got a PS4. I haven't played the original, but I'm still looking forward to this because
the original is probably one of the best.
Hero's just someone who doesn't give up.
Might be good news for you because developers have confirmed this is not.
He was right.
This is standalone, but it's not a sequel and functions more like an expansion. So it's same engine, same assets, different story, different characters. So it's not a true sequel. It would function like an expansion, but it's standalone. So think Halo 3 ODST. That sort of stuff. You're just gonna have to tell me So
this game is gonna be, if it's anything like the 2018 Spider-Man,
which it's gonna be.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's gonna be that, but better. You know,
it's gonna be that, but different story.
But Insomniac game,
and more.
They've never failed us ever since Dot. They've never ever. Insomniac games have never ever failed us.
They've done good games.
Absolutely insane games, man.
So yeah, so this is judging by the time frame. We know by the time frame it's coming December 2020, which means that it's not going to be a PS5 exclusive. It's going to be on the PS4 as well because PS5 is coming out 2021. So it's going to be on PS4. It's going to be on
the new Spider-Man.
I thought
PS5.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw 2021. Let me double check that.
Yeah, Insomniac games, just a little bit on them.
Oh no, it says 2020. Yeah, so it might be
some of the best fucking
holiday 2020. So this might be the a launch title for the PlayStation 5. Thanks for correcting me on that. But I don't see that this is going to push the engine just because it's not built like it's the same engine, but it's not like Resident Evil 8 in which it's built up for this next generation. It's just very much.
No, I think
it's very much. We focused on create. Yeah, it's Resident Evil 8 focused on let's build a whole new game with a new story, new characters, new assets. Whilst this is more like let's give the players more. Like, they've
Yeah,
more
it's
content,
it's an extra
more
selling point for
gameplay.
the PS5.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Yeah.
get people to buy the console, but
Yeah, it's not. It's not
definitely-
going to push. It's not going to push the
give
capabilities,
them a
but it is
helping
going
hand.
to. It is going to very much be like. It's showcase of like quality of games.
We're on the 25-minute mark, guys. So
All right. So next up, surprising for me, this one, Werewolf: The Apocalypse, is the third most seen of viewed game after the Summer of IGN. Yeah. So I don't know what I think about this game because if I'm correct, it's made from a book. It's not been a game before, has it?
What's it called?
You guys would be better good for that.
What's
This
it called?
looks amazing.
Werewolf: The Apocalypse Bloodline. Earthblood, sorry. I did a bit of digging. I saw it's made in the same series as Vampire: The Masquerade.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not sure whether the developers are the same. If someone can check that for me. The developers are the same, then we can expect similar sort of gameplay as that. But the trailer stylistically is great.
If they're not, it's most likely the team might have split up and they've got back together sort of deal, like the Torchlight guys from Diablo 2.
But it's going to be very much same lore, same world as Vampire. It's got good symbolism. The only issue I have with this trailer is it doesn't really show a lot. I don't know what to expect still.
Yeah, but
I only know what to expect
trailer
based
does.
off of the other stuff.
I want to come away from a trailer thinking, what is that? I want that. I need that. You know, like that is. What
I like to know a bit, so I would prefer something like Ratchet and Clank's trailer over or Oddworld's trailer over something like this. But this is still it doesn't tell us it doesn't tell us a lot, but it's good. It's looking like it's some sort of like theming and environments we can kind of expect.
Yeah.
It tells us that much, and it's drumming up a lot of excitement. So, I think it's sitting on currently like 700,000 views on YouTube, or something like that. It's ahead of some big game like GTA 5's.
Just look at it. Just look at all this. Just look. Oh.
Yeah, this is. A lot of this is looking like. I don't know. What question for you guys? What do you think the genres for this would be? I'm thinking RPG hack and slash.
I was going to say like Vikings, so you've got an adventure.
It's like action role playing, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Then again, it could be like a super linear story as well. Like.
Either way, it's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be worth it.
I can see it being an RPG, and you have to balance putting your points into werewolf mode and then normal mode and. Have to build and stuff around like that. But we're going to see more about it the 7th, and it's going to be released on PS4 and Xbox One. And for the first month of its release, it's an Epic Game Store exclusive, I believe.
All right.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I was
It's
just
going
looking.
visible on
The
Steam.
company Cyanide have made a lot of sports-related games. They made the Game of Thrones game.
Ouch.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Maybe we're wrong. But it does look good. Like, unless they've just spent all the money on a really lovely looking trailer, and when it comes out, it's going to be absolutely dog shit.
But the difference is now, the Cyanide Studio is owned by Paradox Interactive, so they definitely have the budget now.
The story's there. Yeah, there's
They definitely. Well, Paradox Interactive aren't known for their stories, but they are known for its. No, they make Hearts of Iron, Stellaris, Telltale.
No, I'm thinking of Don't matter.
Yeah. So, but they're under license for Paradox Interactive, so they definitely have the manpower, the resources now. And it's published by Nacon, which I believe is a big brand in China.
I've never heard of them.
Nacon, I'm pretty sure a big Chinese brand. Nacon is. They do controllers.
Yeah, I'm going to say they make third-party controllers.
So this is Nacon's like big movement into the gaming world.
It's look at
Well, not gaming world, but making games.
Look at Google bringing out fucking the Stadia.
Yeah.
I've tried that, you know. It's not that bad if you've got good internet.
This car is really good if you have wheels.
No, but like I was saying earlier, man, in the next 10 years, that might not be a problem.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
It's just a bit early.
So it's a case of don't get too hyped for this game. I don't think because we haven't seen a lot,
It looks
and
nice
we don't, and there's no cred behind.
Nah,
There's
I'm
not
not
a lot of
gonna-
cred behind the developer.
I'm gonna stick with what I said, man.
But
Don't.
don't discredit the game. Yeah, don't discredit the game just because it's development. Because Days Gone, which was a pretty decent game, was made by the developers of Bubsy 3D. So I would never let that drop. Not even kidding. They made
So
Bubsy
bad.
3D and then they made nothing until Days Gone.
So bad.
Anyway, moving on. Next game trailer, Outlast Trials. We heard about this ages ago. So yeah, we heard about this quite a while back. We knew there was a co-op Outlast game in the works, and here they are releasing a trailer that makes me cringe. Like they are so good at doing.
Is this the part of the Outlast series?
Yes, it's not a sequel, but it is part of the series.
Yeah.
So expect more disturbing body horror content, but also in co-op now.
But I've not played it.
First I've completed the first one, never got around to the second. But it's disturbing. I hate this scene.
I fucking hate the dentist, mate. Fuck that shit. If he came to
But-
do that drill, I'd just kill him. Mate.
So now they've cut out the middleman though. No longer have to hunt around for batteries. They've put the camera on you.
Nice.
You are the
Finally.
So yeah, so now it's co-op survival horror. So this is the sort of thing you can expect to which you're helping each other out, but then you end up dying. So
Yeah.
yeah. So 2021, this developer hasn't put out a bad game yet. So and it is something new for them though. Co-op Outlast. One of the things I was saying thinking while playing that game is that it's really good. It's got such a great atmosphere. It really instills fear. But I want to fuck someone over whilst playing it. So I can't wait to do that.
Red Barrels have only made the Outlast games.
I'm pretty sure they've only worked on Outlast. Let me double check that though.
I'm just looking now, and there's only 4.
Red Barrels. They've made Outlast 2, Outlast 1 DLC, Whistleblower, and now Outlast Trials. So they've only made Outlast, but they are making an Outlast game, so it's not an issue.
Whatever they're doing, it's working. So keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say.
they're definitely standout indie horror developer for me.
Yeah.
News for this game. Nothing other than co-op. There's nothing else that we know about the game quite yet. But co-op is a pretty big step. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it because we've seen games like Resident Evil attempt co-op and they just completely lose all of their horror scary factor.
Yeah, you know what?
Because
Yeah,
horror games rely on immersion, and the moment you add co-op, you remove all sense of immersion in the game.
It depends. Like, because from that trailer, it seemed like one person was getting chased while the other was helping. So, like, I don't know. Are you going to be playing in the same place? Like, how's it going to work?
Well, if we just look at not that part, we look at like this part again. It's like this could be like
running
one
away.
player, and then this person that tries to help him up is another player who's running away from something else. So it could be that. Or this could be another player. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Yeah,
Who's
man.
to say? It's just you fighting. It could be
You
something like
Left 4 Dead.
it could be something like Dead by Daylight. I hope it's not like that though.
No, I don't
Because-
think it will be, but it might be.
They might be,
I would.
if it's online,
it's-
that's a very high possibility of
It's a bit weird. Because if it's like that, unless they do it like an invasion mode, invasion mode I wouldn't mind, where you can invade as like a monster to hunt down players. Because I don't really want to see. I want to play Outlast and play the story mode. I don't want to play like a quick
What if it turned
10-minute
out to be
match.
What if it turned out to be like fucking Friday the 13th on launch?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. Which
Nah,
again,
I'd
wouldn't
rather do story. I don't want to do 10-minute matches or something
we
like
should
that. I
play
want to.
that. I bet that game's fun to play together.
I think it's
I
fun for
played-
like
played
2
it
hours
on-
and then
played it
everyone
on
figures out how
launch,
to
and
survive.
That game was the brokest game. It was so broke on launch.
Anyway, we'll move on now to the next game, Mortal Shell, which is another.
I do not deserve
attempt at
absolute
Dark
I
Souls
retweeted this today.
like format.
Oh, yeah.
It looks
This
really good from what I've seen. From what I've read, it's very much more content. I think what will set this game apart though is its environments. You think of games like in this genre, you see Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Sekiro, and then you see Neo. Those are the big ones for this genre. None of them quite have the environment.
It just looks fun to play.
Yeah. The dodging system it looks much more fluid than what Dark Souls is, which Dark Souls 3 especially looked very rigid.
Dark Souls was a very rigid game. It was.
And then, so we know that this game's going to have a week-long closed beta starting from the 3rd of July. And if you're interested in getting involved in that beta, you go to www.mortalshell.com, enter your date of birth, join the Discord. You can solve a puzzle, and that will bring you to the beta one day early, or you can watch out for any retweeting on stuff like that to get access. Sweet. But this game is being made by Cold Symmetry as well. They're not the most renowned developer, to my memory. Cold Symmetry started in 2017, but they are made up of a lot of industry veterans. So
right.
Okay. They're not like a new company. They do have some experience.
Is this a bit of gameplay?
Yeah, this is some gameplay playing in the background. We'll still discuss the game a bit.
Oh, this is like I want to play. Yeah.
This reminds me very much of like actually what HD Skyrim should have looked like.
Yeah. It's like.
But I want to discuss its main selling point versus away from Dark Souls is the actual name of the game, Mortal Shell. Of what happens is this is actually your character, but around the map you find things like this, unknown shells. You inhibit bodies, and that's how you, and then you get your character. Yeah. So it's like, think of it like the Ember system or the Soul system from Demon Souls.
Yep.
But I imagine each of these characters are unique and have unique abilities and stats.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
So it kind of can feel like you have to pick what you think will perform best against certain bosses. So like this guy, he might have a load of really high movement capability, which would be good against a boss that has will be bad against a boss that has very that attacks often, but will be really good against a boss that attacks slowly.
Oh mate,
environmental traps. I'm going to fucking hate those. I can't see them. I'm blind. So yeah, this character, it definitely looks like, at least to me right now, that each character will have their own stats. Yeah.
But the animations just look so nice, so well done.
Yes, so that's what I like about the dodging mechanic when you can.
I love how they've got the physical way of look at how big that sword is, and it literally takes him at least a second or two to swing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I looking at like how he's swinging the sword though. Tell me if it's just me that thinks this, but like he was swinging it much faster when he was at night in the trailer, wasn't he? So this might allude to the fact that, you know, this skeleton he's obviously physically weaker, so he can't swing the sword as fast and stuff like that.
Oh, so when you die, you go back to your.
Yeah, so you get knocked out of your shell.
Oh, I really like that.
And then you can go back into your shell.
That is amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah, you can go back into your shell and you get your health back from that. So I don't know how healing works in this game, but I'm going to skip forward further into the trailer to see if it shows anything more. I have made a look. I did not like how that character's back started to like twitch. As in, I don't like that because it's creepy.
Right.
Environments are really well done though.
There's no health bars, so.
No health bars on enemies. So this is like a boss we can expect to fight in the game.
Does the boss not have health bars? No, they do.
Yeah, the boss has a health bar.
They're not as big as what I was thinking they were going to be. The more realistic size.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's realistic sized. He's still quite fucking massive.
Mate, have you played Dark Souls and Demon Souls? Jesus.
So yeah, we can see like how that works in the boss there. He gets knocked out the body. Time slowed down, but time didn't slow down earlier, so that could be like a pickup. Like so, no, you know, like Sekiro, you can pick up items that do specific things. Like you could have one that's like when you get knocked out of your shell, time slows down.
Yeah. The timing on this looks like if you don't want it to get hit, it's gonna have to be spot on.
But that's like some magic in the game. Then you start into ice, which has a freezing effect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
really
good.
cool.
I want to know what that
I really like the smoke dodge. The smoke dodge is really good.
Yeah, it is really cool. It's like you said, it's definite.
Yeah, so this one thing to know about this game that I don't think Dark Souls or Neo has is armor moves. So moves that will go out even if you get attacked. As we saw him earlier take a bunch of damage and still finish his animation.
Oh, so look, his shell's still over there.
Yeah. So he could run over to that and get in. Which
and it looks like his health is
and he parried the boss.
So I'm guessing, are you weaker in this state?
Look at your health bar in the bottom left, you're one hit.
Yeah, it looks like
there you go.
Yeah, it looks like it's capped.
So I think I've also seen in this is like your claymore you can extend into a spear for like a coup de grace.
Yeah.
I think I saw that on the first day of IGN Summer of Games. So yeah, this game's looking really good.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see how it actually turns out.
That looks like it's going to be quite like after I've completed Neo, I'm gonna stream Dark Souls. I tried it before, but I'm kind of into them games at the moment, so
yeah,
I'm gonna give the series a blast.
Right, so now moving on to the game everyone knew was coming, but no one was upset that it arrived. Horizon Zero Dawn 2. It's actually dropped to Zero Dawn. It's just Horizon 2 Forbidden West now.
Something about this game.
This looks amazing.
Ooh, contrasting opinions.
No, like the gameplay's dog shit, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like the game looks so nice. It really does.
Yeah.
And our viewer base has completely fallen apart. I don't know. I heard a comment that was like perfectly summed it up as like in the first game you're very much a character that's like trying to find themselves, and then end up saving the world on top of it. And now you're just trying to save the world, which is very cliched. And one of the things people enjoyed in the first game was how personal you got with the character, and how you felt like you've grown at the same time. You don't really have that anymore, and it's gonna have gaming elements like, oh, your character has forgotten how to do all the stuff they learned in the first game, by the way. So, I don't know. The gameplay is going to be very solid. Yes. The gameplay is going to be solid.
It's going to be a solid release. Don't get me wrong.
It's going to be a solid release. It's going to look great.
Or will get worse.
But this is the sort of stuff I'm looking forward to. With these kind of like more Dark Souls-y kind of bosses. Everything will link back to Souls-like eventually. In the future, we're just going to have Souls-like even more.
Yeah, man, you're right.
But
until it destroys us all.
I don't know. I want to see more of these like big behemoth monsters, shadow forces. So it's like
there's nothing
like
that.
I want to fight that. I don't want to fight no like kind of tall dinosaur robot. I want to fight a giant.
Oh, yeah. Really immersive.
No, we don't know if this is actually in game.
No secret. I won't unlock.
But visually impressive.
Chris, I want to see a VFX next year.
Not happening.
Yeah, mate.
No barrier.
Oh, that's just a dragon with an outer glow of VFX of red and orange. It's like.
You remember when we were trying to make that firework or whatever it was for Games Jam?
If I falter,
you know,
I think out of the
there won't be anyone left to stop.
Yeah, the environments look amazing. The world is going to be so fun. Like the world is going to be fun.
Yeah, real life actors as well. That's going to be a thing with this like.
Yeah, it's already happening. You're seeing like Hellblade, which I was very surprised that we didn't see anything from Ghost of Tsushima or Hellblade 2. I'm saying I wanted to see more about those two games, especially Ghost of Tsushima. But yeah, Horizon 2 Forbidden West, we know it's going to be successful. It's
Also,
going to be visually impressive.
I don't think Forbidden West
But
is a
whatever
good name.
comes,
I don't know if I like that.
I like this.
Yeah, this,
I will be ready.
Giant one.
Attach.
Not me.
No,
Oh,
no.
Nathan. No, I think it's Nathan just leaning so far back. He's moved away from his mic. Just sit forward, Nathan. So yeah,
my mic's on my face. What are you about?
it's going to be a very it's going to be a very solid game. It's going to sell well. This and Resident Evil 8 is going to push the engine, the PS5's limitations to the brink.
Is Sony publishing this?
No, Gorilla.
Probably.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, it's a
they're
PlayStation
making it.
exclusive. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sony's
Yeah.
publishing this.
if anyone wants to move to Amsterdam, Gorilla Games, that's where the fucking headquarters are.
If you want to take me on, Nathan Gill,
Mate, I'd love to
that'd
do
be
it.
my dream, man.
Horizon Zero Dawn's coming to
Living
PC,
in
I didn't know that.
Amsterdam, making games of this quality. Oh,
Yes, mate.
ooh,
It's the dream.
on the walk.
So we're gonna
home.
see. Well, this game's gonna build the world of Horizon a lot more than it did in the first one. I think the first one was very much focused on character. This one's gonna be very much more focused on building the world.
So have either one of you two played this Horizon?
Yes. Yes.
No, I haven't played Forbidden West. No.
No. I mean the first.
No, I didn't. But I did watch a Let's Play of it.
What?
Yeah, I played it.
Good.
Look, like I said, it looks beautiful and it's popular enough to gain traction. But it's just not for me.
How does it
it's
play?
Not a
Is
game.
it like kind of like your Far Cry's and your...
It's right. It's really It's really immersive, and then they make you hide in bushes for 80% of the game. It's fucking shit, man.
Right.
Honestly, it's one of them where it's like they've tried to do some sort of like Splinter Cell thing where it's like sneaking, and it's just shit. Like it just doesn't. For me, it's just nah.
Yeah.
It's no good. Alex Kidd.
Yeah, this game generating a lot of buzz as well. Alex
Awesome,
Kidd in
man.
Miracle World DX.
This is
this-
nostalgic.
Yeah, this it's giving me a lot of I don't know. I love it, like Brian, I guess Brian vibes.
Yeah.
Just from how it looks. Very much a lot of bloom on characters makes the world nice and bright.
Right. What I'm.
So
gonna
is that how
say,
the original game looked? Like
No. What I'm
Oh.
gonna say is,
Like
that
like
is, yeah.
like that.
all right.
It played like ass, right? And I'm wondering if it's still gonna play like ass.
Yeah.
Because if it isn't, it's the same game, is it?
It is a remaster, so we could maybe expect that the controls will be modernized.
It was the slidiest platformer
Yeah,
you
it
could
really
get
was.
for the set. Like it was crazy slider,
Mhm.
but still quite good. I did enjoy
Yeah.
it.
And Kid,
So
Kid,
also
I was
No,
gonna
you
say
go,
Kid,
you go.
Kid Chameleon
Yeah.
as well is in that same era. They
Yeah.
were both very clunky, very slidey games. And I think if you make a remaster of that game, and it is a remaster, I think they need to keep it clunky, but just revamped.
Yeah, because like that's what makes the game hard.
Yeah,
like if
it
you,
is.
that's what made it hard because you'd have to time your jumps
Yeah,
perfectly or you'd slide.
over jumping,
Yeah.
like over pressing your jumps, running
If
too
you're making this
fast.
into just a normal platformer, what is you're taking away the biggest bit of what the game was originally.
Yeah, it needs to have the original mechanics of the game, like
Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot. One thing I didn't like, the original was very very boxy and how it moved.
Mhm.
The new one, it's still a brilliant game, but they made it so it wasn't as boxy and it was more fluent, so you could easily slip off a rope.
Is
or-
that because we've got analog controllers now and not?
Well, you
D-pad?
could still use D-pad, even though it was still a
Like,
D-pad.
yeah, you're
it
right,
was
you
still
can.
very. I still feel it was a lot smoother. I'm not putting the game down. The game was brilliant, but
Thing
it's
is,
still,
like,
it's still as
can-
hard.
It must be really hard to like recreate,
Such
that
a-
exact
Yeah,
without it being in the same engine or sitting or whatever.
yeah.
It must be really hard to recreate something that you've done before.
I think it'll be good. Like I said,
So-
they haven't gone wrong with other remasters and remakes. Like, I have faith.
The one thing I like
Who's-
that we're
who's-
seeing a
who's,
lot more.
who is developing this?
This is being developed by. What is it? It's being developed by Blue. No, that's looking wrong game. Merge Games.
Merge Games.
You see, why didn't Sega get Christian Whitehead to do them? You know, the amazing ports that he did for the phones, and then they got him to work on Sonic Mania. Why didn't they get him to do? Because I bet he'd have done a better job. It's Christian Whitehead, isn't it? I'm right in saying that.
Christian Whitehead. What's that again?
The guy that created the ports for the Sonic games. And then eventually it came, you know, the Sonic Mania, the latest Sonic game.
Yeah,
he was involved with that.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I don't know.
One thing I like though is that I was seeing like this, more of a trend towards being able to swap between enhanced and then retro graphics in games now, or remasters and remakes.
Yeah.
Halo did it first.
Halo did it first.
Yeah.
They did it quite well.
Medieval did it as well. Once you've completed the remaster of the Medieval, you unlock the whole game, the whole original game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's really
good.
cool.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we're seeing this more, and I like it. Yeah, so you get like you just get these nice side by side, like how much nicer the game looks now.
Yeah.
Just on the left.
I like that depth of field. Very nice.
All right. From one remaster to the next remake, we have Demon Souls.
Yes.
The game no one saw coming, and the game nobody played when it came out, but only played because Dark Souls 1 was around.
Won the 52-minute mark.
Yeah, I see. So, Demon Souls. It's not being made by. This isn't being made by From Software. It's being made by Blue Point Games. That's one thing to take note. But it's Demon Souls. It's
now
people. It's a game that it was one of those games that was really good, but just never caught success. But then.
Yeah, it is harder than Dark Souls. I've played both games.
Sam, have you never seen anyone play Demon Souls?
No.
Imagine Dark Souls, but you do half damage.
Yeah, mate, it's fucking ridiculous. I couldn't even do the first area. I tried so many hours. Couldn't get past it.
I don't want to see this be a remake in the same way that Dark Souls 1 was a remake. Because to me, Dark Souls 1 was a terrible remake because it just doesn't fix any of the issues.
I don't want them to remake anything. I want them to make a new Demon Souls game.
Yeah, well, Blue Point aren't going to be remaking From Software's game like that. But I want them to at least fix some issues and make some quality of life changes. I've seen, like, for example, one of them was you couldn't consume your souls all together or quickly do it. You had to do it one by one, so you could collect 99 low-level souls, and you have to do them one by one. Yeah.
Things like that.
I want them to fix. I definitely want them to fix the issues, not like they did with Dark Souls 1. But yeah, PlayStation exclusive. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people get really excited from this single shot. Like this is this is so well done, and I actually have a comparison video of the original side by side with the trailer.
Yes.
Provided by IGN. So we get to see the original. It's Twitter encoding, so it will pick up on quality hopefully.
Yeah, it's picked up.
But yeah, left is the original, right is the new one. You really start to see the difference when they're like showing the license.
Look at that! Look at the smoke.
You can see it, mate. You can see it.
The atmosphere is so different. Look at the atmosphere on that. This is. This is very much going to be the game going, oh, that looked like that before, and it just yeah. So that was it side by side.
That's actually.
I think this one and where's the scythe guy?
Yeah, the fire dude. That fire.
Twitter's video is broken. But,
yeah.
So
we saw it.
Now onto something other than just going, oh my god, the graphics. We have seen in a now deleted part of the trailer. So previously it was in the trailer description and now it's been removed. Is it described a new game mode called Fractured Mode?
Well,
what could that mean? I've seen some people say it's hardcore.
That fucking means, come on, obviously.
I've seen some people think it's going to be a hardcore mode.
Yeah, of course, man. No doubt, no doubt.
Was there any co-op in the original? I don't think there was.
No.
Was there?
No, there was co-op in the same way there's co-op in Dark Souls.
Yeah,
where you can call on people to help you.
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
Fractured mode could be, you know, like how Bloodborne has the infinite dungeon.
I haven't played much Bloodborne.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. But like, to my understanding, they have like an infinite dungeon in the game. Fractured mode possibly could be something like that, which would be interesting to see since they're still picking up new stuff in Bloodborne's dungeon today. But we don't know. Sony has said that the information is outdated, so that could mean it's going away or not.
And also, just want to grab your balls and rip them off.
Yeah.
Another point is people are looking at this particular screenshot of the game and are saying that this is showing that there is the six. So Demon Souls originally had 6 worlds planned, but they cut one of the worlds early on, and it was a snowy world. People are hoping that this is the 6th world.
That's
that
from
was
the
never shown.
Lich King cinematic.
But yeah, people are hoping that this means that we're going to get the 6th world.
Bought the mesh. Just bought it and changed it.
Just bought the background off fucking Blizzard.
Why did I move?
Now
right, this pissed me off. This pissed me off to no end. I thought there was going to be a new GTA.
I don't know that thing.
What do you mean? There's GTA 5 Edition 3.
I thought we were trying to get out of this bullshit.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good game, yeah. But it's well old, man. It's so old.
My job, my score.
Yeah, this is.
Kat actually made a good point. She said, "Why make something new when something hasn't broke? Like, the game's still going massive." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're still making. This game's going to be free as well. It's just so that they can sell shark cards on the new generation.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, it came before this trailer came out before the actual like thing started, didn't it? This was like one of the first things to do for PS5.
Yeah, because I missed it. So, but yeah. Oh, I played this on my dad's Xbox 360.
I started on the 360 on this, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but this is going to be free to people on PlayStation 5, as well as people on PlayStation 5 will also get. Oh no, people who only own the game get $1 million for in-game for every month they play the game, leading up until its PlayStation 5 release.
Well, that's going to ruin the game, Matt, because getting $1 million a month, you can buy a lot of shit with that.
Yeah, $1 million.
I mean, they're just doing it to boost. They're just doing it to boost.
Yeah, of course, easily. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about downloading it just so I could get that $1 million a month.
Yeah, pissing about on it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The Alien Wars on that game look joke.
Oh mate, I've been playing recently, yeah, and they just come out of nowhere, mate, and they just start arseholing each other.
Yeah,
it's fucking brilliant.
But like the big thing to note though is that this time it doesn't have any big you know, what's the word, new feature. So when it was getting re-released for next generation, well, the current gen, it was like, oh, it's first person mode now. This time it doesn't have that. It just says it's free.
Kat said that when we're playing the trailers, it's a bit too loud.
Yeah, it's just hard because each trailer is different, like levels of volume. Yeah, I'll try to get it right. But there's nothing much to say. It's GTA 5. Everyone that is, going to be paying attention to something like this knows what to expect.
This one right down here, this gameplay demo, what I see right here.
No, we're not moving on to that one yet. But we are moving on to Mafia Definitive Edition. People are getting hyped for this.
Mate, Mafia 1 was the best. Mafia 1 and 2 probably one's better. But Mafia 1 and 2 was so good. and 3 were good.
He handed you a Morello case.
But I got a lot of hours
Right
in
out of the gate.
Mafia 1.
That's what the paper says, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean,
What's it to you?
again, it's another remake. This is like the
Oh, I was
third
gonna
one.
say, yeah.
Or you got something like yeah. I might have something.
It's just not much to say other than just be cautious with this one because Mafia 2's Definitive Edition and Mafia 3's Definitive Edition have like gotten quite a lot of hate from the community from it because it's not been very good. I think they're both they're sitting around 56% positive ratings on Steam right now. So hopefully this one will be a good edition.
So is this going to be like all of them in one?
No, I think this right. So they've done a definitive edition of number 1. They've done a definitive edition number 2, definitive edition number 3. I think this is the definitive edition number 1, and when this one gets released, they'll release a trilogy collection edition. It's just I don't know what I don't know. I would say be like get excited for it if you like Mafia, but don't get too excited for it because
I probably would get it.
The definitive editions haven't been very good so far.
If it comes out for the Switch, it's definitely worth picking up.
Yeah.
I don't think it says anywhere in the trailer
No,
what it's coming out for. But yeah, that's about as much as you can say. But this we can speak a lot about. Hitman 3. The end of the trilogy, as they are putting it forward as.
Boy,
it's been fucking long enough.
The end of the Hitman trilogy.
The end of the trilogy.
Oh, Hitman's one of those games.
I'll be honest, it's not on a game that I particularly enjoy.
Splinter Cell.
I want to see them. I want to see them move up because these modern Hitman games have been very much like what makes good YouTube and Twitch content. You know, over what's the most fun to play in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like how do we make this game look good on Twitch and YouTube?
You find yourself alone.
And that is blatantly ripping off the G-Man. that shot right there. I just saw it for the first time and went, that is the G-Man. But yeah, so I want to see them try to aim to make a game not aimed for streamers and instead aimed for gamers because the other two games, whilst they were pretty decent, were
the thing is,
aimed for people.
Hitman's Hitman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna sell.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I still think Splinter Cell's a better game.
Where is
this is
attractive.
It's died.
Hitman 3, Agent 47.
Weird.
Tom Clancy games went to Ghost Recon.
Entire career.
Wow.
This is also
Nathan's camera's lagged out.
for the Wolf assassination.
I don't know why.
Try
I'm so proud to be here
unplugging and
to
replugging
present
it in.
a little
Restart your
glimpse of the
Droid
gameplay where Agent 47
this is where the
top of
developers say,
world.
"Oh, here's some gameplay, guys," and then it's like him climbing a ladder. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, so I want to see this be more like the DLC missions, which were very much more open.
Did you play? Have you played the recent Hitman?
I played them a bit. I want to see them be more like the the challenge missions, right? They were much more fun to me than the normal campaign. The campaign was so much more dull compared to like the extra bonuses because you could tackle them in any way you wanted again and again and again and then find like an optimal route. That was fun. But like redoing like that like the story was just so dull. I want to see like a Hitman story return to something like it used to be.
Marmoset render that.
Any other opinions on Hitman?
No, Hitman's Hitman, I guess.
It looks Hitman. It looks like Hitman. It looks nice.
Oh, next up, 13 remake. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know about this game before the remake. So this is over to you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mate, this is gonna be good.
This
is gonna be really, really good.
Originally come out for free. Was it Xbox original?
PS2, mate.
PS2 and Xbox original.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember a thing.
Mate, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
this is a good game.
It's very arcade, and it's a really good concept. It looks nice.
It looks good as well, yeah.
It looks really
Yeah.
nice. I haven't seen the trailer.
That's what's striking me most. I feel like these are realistic graphics that have a cell shading filter.
Yeah,
on top of it.
definitely do.
Yes,
They
yes.
definitely
Rather before, it was all like pure cell shading, wasn't
do.
it?
Yeah, it was.
Definitely a lot different.
We better create a diversion.
that throat punch.
Place to be.
So how open was this game? Like,
It was very linear. Like there were no like.
I want to see it open.
Yeah, it was very linear
this
of
is
where you
not
could go.
I want to see. I want to be able to tackle this in many
looks
different
the
ways.
game.
My own trap.
It looks pretty close to the original.
Yeah.
Do you read me?
Use the scope. I'll
The
cover
cell
I think-
shading, the comic effect is a lot cleaner. On the original, they were very blurry, and quite noisy.
They were very noisy
Yeah,
compared
well.
to this. It's a lot more cleaner.
Who am I?
Yeah.
But I want to see it
I'm
open up.
yeah,
Switch,
I think,
mate.
I think that'll be Switch. Nathan,
Switch,
I'll
mate.
get that for the Switch.
Yeah, you can get Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and it
PC
doesn't say when it's coming out, but I think November. It comes out November.
on PC.
November the 10th. I think they said November the 10th, but that's without any issues with coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Yeah. Corona.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
looking nice, man. I'm excited for that one.
I think we're
Yeah, I
done
am.
with the remakes now, though. We're now moving on to possibly what I would say is the weirdest game that came out that we got to see a trailer for. That's Metal Hellsinger, which is like Doom if it was a rhythm game. If I had to sum it up quickly. So like you got your
I'll probably
beats
get
in the
this.
middle,
Yeah.
and then you got like you got to kill demons, and it plays like metal and rock music.
Oh man.
I've seen a lot of praise
It's like a
for this
rhythm
so far.
game.
Oh man.
Yeah,
this
so you
game-
can see the beats in the middle there,
Yeah,
and you get
Yeah,
multiplier.
this
if
is
you keep the
this is
beat.
sick.
Yeah, so this is it's got Doom style executions as well, like that.
Oh yeah, man.
So far, I think we've seen the shotgun, the skull, the lightning skull, and the dual revolvers now. We've got a gameplay trailer to play after this as well. 2021.
Yeah.
I think this is a new development studio as well. The Outsiders.
Is that
which we
is
now
that
see
the
those.
developers?
Yeah, the developers are called The Outsiders, which I think are new to this sort of stuff. I think they haven't made games yet.
I just googled the outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think this is their first game.
Yeah, it looks
I'm-
like.
But it's hard
I'm
to see
impressed.
because there's a game called Outsiders.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, you're right.
I'm impressed that they've managed to get that on. Well, it's a fucking amazing idea. Of course they have.
The Outsiders developers. I want to find them again because I'm pretty sure they were a student team as well.
What?
Or they've just graduated or something like that.
Oh mate, imagine.
11 to 50 employees, so probably not. But yeah, this is very much a unique game. I can see myself being able to play this while chilling and also while leaning forward
Yeah,
and
I
really taking
I
it.
hope they do
seriously.
have extra difficulties because I know games.
I imagine the difficulty will come in BPM.
Will feature.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With the rhythm of the game,
Yeah.
like it'll speed up. It'll be fast-paced music, like hard solo riffs. You know what I mean? Where flying enemies are coming from all over.
There's good potential for a lot of modes here. So there's like times. You can have your time trial. You can have your survival.
Every step of the way, I've just been
You
constantly
know,
impressed.
it's very arcadey.
Not only
Yeah.
but
You can have all your
I've got a-
arcadey
I've
type
got
of
a friend
modes.
who loves his rhythm games, and I think this is.
When is that? Oh, wait, I know.
Oh, have I got a game for him coming up later, Sam? Don't you worry about that.
I've just messaged
Get us
him
out
now.
of
You're
this
not gonna like it.
celebrate
You're not gonna like the game that comes up later. I'm gonna guarantee you both hate it
anything to
vehemently.
get out of this year. So
But we gotta talk about it. But yeah, so
you're
I want to. This game's can. I want to see like a multiplayer with this. I think that'll be fun, like a nice little like battle off. You know, who can
Oh
get the
yeah,
highest score
yeah,
and stuff
that'd be
like
good.
that.
That would be
Because
a hell
it's
of a
nice to see like all these
collection, by
old
the way, if you
arcade
see,
games,
Also-
but mixed with a bit of modern
this game
capabilities.
will literally
How
save
would
your
you,
life.
if this went VR? Do you think that'd be a good
Yeah.
good way of doing things?
Yeah.
No,
VR.
it might be it might be too motions.
If you look at Beat Saber though,
Yeah, innit?
I know
Beat
that,
Saber standing
I know
place.
it's a lot. Yeah, but it's in the same sort of vein. You know what I mean?
I think they'd have to do
This game's very focused on rhythm and then having to move around, keep to rhythm, and your movement is really stiff when you like because it's either.
Is it on rails?
Your
though?
movement is
That's what
either
I mean.
teleport. Your movement will either be teleportation or it will be
no, like a split. It'll follow.
using your your controllers for it.
I thought.
I
Like,
don't-
if they
I
were
don't
gonna
think
do
so.
it with VR, they'd probably use a spline.
So the red gel
and,
is
like,
looking
it'll,
sick.
it'll
I mean,
run
I
for you,
don't
but
give anything away.
you have
Yeah,
the
you
full
point where you
free-
Oh,
want
an
to
auto
go.
runner.
She's the primary-
Yeah,
Oh, so you're like,
but you-
so that would be arcadey as well. That would be
Yeah,
arcade,
yeah,
like,
like-
like House of the Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's basically House of the Dead. but with
Joseph Campbell
I
is
re-
just
I
a
think
Yeah.
that could work really
Streaks.
well.
Exactly.
A mode where you just got to rack up the highest
she-
streak
Yeah.
is sick as well. That's got
Yeah.
68 streak. Jesus Christ.
and
I think that would
she
work
and the
actually
unknown
really,
have some
really
kind of
well.
history,
But
but it's-
it's if it's going
It's
for
unknown.
that.
No.
I want to see a lot
But,
more
she's
guns
the
though.
primary
I want to
target.
I want to see
And,
I want to see rocket launchers. I want
Well,
to see.
yeah, he was using
plasma,
the rocket launcher
I
at
wanna
the
see
beginning
also.
of the trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No, he was using
So,
he was
don't
using
worry
a
about that.
skull with
And I'm
lightning,
sure
right?
Jen
And
Hale
he's
will
got.
talk about her
I think all we've
as
seen so far is skull of lightning,
Jen Hale,
shotgun, and dual revolvers.
For all fans of Mass Effect, and this is
But no, excited, looking forward to it.
Yeah, no,
hope
no,
it's
it
good.
looks
I think that's.
Hope it's
gonna
good.
be-
It would be good for the developers to get their
I'm
first
not gonna
break
lie,
like
if
that.
it's their
and
first
not watch the
game,
rest of it.
they've got a good
Done a good
concept
job.
to go with. Yeah, man.
Alright, I'll give you what you want. By the way,
This is what we
you
want.
can enjoy
Oh,
this.
here we go.
This is what we want.
Just so you know, this is like 20th most watched trailer so far. It's not drumming up a lot of excitement,
The thing is, yeah.
but it does look good.
Did you play the remake of the first one?
Yes, for PS4.
Yeah, mate. That
Yes.
game.
That
It-
game
What
is.
do you mean? This is
so
what
good.
are you guys on about? This is just HD bug snacks. Nah,
Have you played Ratchet
Yeah.
and Clank, Chris?
mate,
I have played
Bug-
a
bug snack
couple,
bug
but the only one I completed was Underground. Not Underground,
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Because I was like
Gladiators were
10.
I'll be honest,
Gladiators were the
I
first one,
started.
and that were good.
I started PS3.
I think this one would be co-op as well. By the way.
That's when I started playing these sort of games.
Yeah, I've played Ratchet and Clank. I've played all the
Since
Ratchet and Clank.
PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Even Jack.
I love the world. Like, watch when it jumps, mate. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, when you jump.
Yeah. So what?
It's so good.
Actually, one thing we didn't talk about when we were talking about PS5 is the fact that a lot of developers are saying now that because of the PS5 there won't be any loading times, which is why I think precisely that this sort of game is possible because there's no
Yes.
loading times.
Yeah.
You see him
I'm
jump
worried
between like
though.
4 different levels. One
I am worried though that you're gonna see a bit of frame drop now and again. And
It's a console. It's a
I know,
PS4 or a
The thing is,
PS5 or an
yeah,
Xbox.
right,
You're gonna see frame
with-
drops.
with-
It's part of
with
the
this
package.
loading time business, I feel like they just hide it.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Very, very
They'll
quick
be
loading
hidden,
time
but
for the
yeah,
hidden-
yeah.
Like, look
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
quality of
yeah.
that. Look at the quality of that wood on that ship. It's just, oh my, the detail is crazy.
One thing I'm liking the look of this game is the potential co-op again factor that you mentioned with Gladiator. It looks like it might be making a return. And you see the female Lombax, right? That's the name of
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah.
Drop
man.
down. Is that a potentially co-op
But
gameplay?
I was gonna say, well, yeah, or it could
Or
be.
are you
another rift
changing?
Yeah, in it, I was gonna say.
Have you changed?
Through the rift that you're going through,
You may
Yeah.
you've gone into another timeline where Ratchet's actually a female. And
Yes.
Clank's a fucking dinosaur.
Clank just becomes hench and becomes the protagonist. One thing that worries me though is the story. I know Ratchet and Clank's never had the greatest stories, but
They've not always
But
been
time
the
travel,
same.
Right,
is-
it's
time travel and rifts aren't very are always like the.
It's got a lot of toilet humor and a lot of poop jokes
Yeah.
and stuff. But
And a
know-
joke about having sex with a monkey at one point. That's not a joke. That's an actual thing they put in the game.
they're the jokes that I want, Chris, in my games.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's definitely something to wait and see more of because this is like the actual game. Yeah, I also
it
got
looks
huge.
like it, yeah.
I got huge nostalgia for Rayman 3 when he had those helicopters on. By the way, I was like, oh, where's my Rayman? Where's my 3D Rayman game?
Has
promised
Ubisoft brought anything out? What's Ubisoft doing?
Assassin's Creed?
Fuck off, Assassin's Creed, man.
They are working on a couple other stuff.
Why aren't they doing Splinter Cell? Why aren't they doing Rayman? Like, you've got all these amazing...
They're doing... they're working on a couple things right now. The Ubisoft game stuff is, like, later. I don't think it's...
all you need to
revealed
do
yet.
is just turn the servers off for Uplay, mate. No one uses them.
Yeah,
Turn
I've
the
got it
servers
down. I've got it installed, me, and I don't even know why.
off. EA have finally found out that they can't do it. So, Ubisoft needs to follow.
So, yeah, we got some gameplay
Yeah,
from
this
the game right here.
The thing is
Which
with
is-
Ratchet and Clank, it's got such a unique look, like the Jack games as well.
Mate.
Mate, I've heard that they're going to be releasing a PS5
Yeah.
as well, again for the PS5.
This is
They're
why.
releasing a whole PlayStation.
This is why Microsoft should be worried because, like, honestly,
Iconic
what games have Microsoft got that are Sony?
Halo.
You know what I mean? Like,
Here's
you
the
can't
thing.
compete with stuff like this.
Halo Infinite,
that's what it is.
343 have said that they were very upset that E3 got cancelled because they said that they were going to dominate E3 with talk
Yeah.
about Halo Infinite. So,
The thing is, yeah, like...
but nothing has been seen about it.
No, but it's one game. You know what I mean?
Microsoft
It's
have
one
Halo
game.
and Gears. Literally, Halo and Gears are like the only...
And Forza.
We're here to talk about
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank,
I'm
not
getting back-
PlayStation
I'm
5.
getting back to that. But then you've got your PlayStation that have got Ratchet and Clank, they've got Jack and Daxter, they've got Crash Bandicoot, they've got Spyro. That's just 4 platformers that are iconic. They've got Gran Turismo racing game, iconic from Sony. I just think
We're seeing
with
Ratchet and Clank.
PS, Sony in general have just they've just got it. Microsoft might be a more powerful console.
We're seeing confetti bombs here, by the way.
I'll tell you what I am excited about on this, what they do with the potential new weapons and stuff. Because
Ratchet and Clank has been known for its weaponry system.
Yeah.
And like having the craziest fun weapons, like there was a dance gun.
Yeah, the
Dance gun in the remake, which was amazing.
The Groovatron.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that weapon wheel shows that you're limited. That's just how you know this is your limitation for weapons, rather than this is all the weapons you can switch between.
Yeah.
Because that looks like there's only going to be 8 different weapons in the game.
No,
so I'm hoping it's limitations. Alright. Even then, 16 weapons is low for a Ratchet and Clank game.
Well, not really. Well, I think the most I've had was maybe Gladiators, which I think they had like.
And remember, that's the only one. That's my reference point.
Yeah,
that's my reference
1,
point.
2, and 3 had all the guns from.
But no, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it though. It's looking like it would be a nice bit of fun.
I'm looking forward to that one, definitely.
And up next is another game you guys will know dearly. And okay, that's not the trailer.
So this is a game I've been waiting a long time for.
Yeah, Oddworld Soul is. It's something. I don't know what to think about it. Yeah, because I don't know what it is going to be. It kind of looks a bit like it's going to be Oddworld, but Lemmings. But then it also looks like it's just Oddworld.
Oddworld is kind of Lemmings, but a bit more of an advanced version of it. Because you've got obstacles instead of building obstacles. You've got obstacles that will fucking.
And he's finally cutting his.
Yeah, so this has got a huge, like, previously story was on the back burner, but this looks like it's going to be put right front and center in these new games, this new game. Because the story before was just kind of like, here you are, this is what you're going to do it. Now it's like
I think it was a lot deeper
constant.
than you think, man.
No, what I mean is like before it was kind of like you get told your story at the start, but now it's like it feels like it's going to be constantly there, and it's like moral decisions and stuff.
Like on the originals, you got told the story maybe like 3 times, like an update of what you were doing and what the story was. You got like.
I mean, this is gameplay, right? This seems like gameplay.
Yeah. This is a gameplay with cutting. Yeah, like
it
this
looks
is gameplay.
unbelievable. I can't actually believe how nice it looks.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does.
I think what will make and break this game is
fucking
like the.
poor Abe, man. Abe has fucking gone through some
He's
shit,
been through
man.
so much.
Yeah.
He's gone through so much fucking shit. No wonder he looks like a frog.
God. I think there's a potential for them having multiple endings with this as well.
Hard, 100%
Yeah, so this looks like there's potential for multiple endings as well, depending on how many of your people you save. If you save a low amount, you get a worse ending, stuff like that.
You know, I vaguely remember maybe about 6-7 years ago they mentioned something about Storm. Sorry.
Soulstorm has been mentioned
A long
previously.
time
This
ago.
isn't its announcement. This is its reveal.
Yeah.
On
Its announcement.
so we've known
is
about this for a
quite
while.
a lot before Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. I remember seeing Soulstorm being announced. There were no like extra interviews or all. It kind of got left in the past.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to see another Oddworld game coming out because.
So, the developers have currently revealed a bit of information about this game, saying the game will include light RPG elements, leaderboards, trophies for completionists, and a progression system. So this is going to be very much an innovation on the game, not more of the same.
Yeah.
This is an innovation on the game.
Well,
And you know
like
what?
Time trials and shit like
They'll
that.
do it right. They'll do it. They'll do a good job.
Time trials. How many? What the fuck are they called now?
It's Skull Attacks.
No.
What are you thinking of?
creatures, what Abe is.
Oh, I haven't.
Maduk.
Mudokons. I don't know.
There
So
we go.
Is that what?
but yeah, it says. Also, they've also said you'll either be able to sneak past problems or use that loot to equip yourself and other Mudokons with weaponry. So there is an option to fight your way through stuff, and there's also the option to sneak your way through stuff. So it's very much a game that's trying new things with the genre and the series. Whilst that's something to be excited about, just got to also know that Doom Eternal was a game that's also recently tried new things and received a lot of hate for not being just more of the same. So this might be a game I enjoy a lot more than the previous Oddworlds because I'm not very good with platformers.
I'm not gonna lie,
but,
Chris. If you played the originals, mate, you would. Be
I feel like
I've tried. I can't. They're too hard. I don't know what it is with platformers. They just. It's like I become like drunk or something when playing.
no hand eye, mate.
I'm really bad. But I don't know. It's definitely a game I want. I really want to play this game. I've never wanted to play a platformer more than Oddworld Soulstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to hear because it's I think it is going to do that to a lot of people.
But I think this game is going to receive a lot of unjust flack just because
from
we've seen it. We've seen it with Doom Eternal, as I said.
It's just people
all the people that were hating on Doom Eternal was like, it's not Doom 2016, which is
you're right.
fine.
You're right. They've both got cult followings as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. People might reject the like RPG elements, but I'm going to welcome them because I like that it's trying new things. I think we should encourage developers to try new things more because then we get more innovation. And each game doesn't play the exact same. People hate on FIFA for being the exact same, but then hate on Doom Eternal for not being the exact same. So, anyway, stop that there before we just attack games. Right, and the next and last big announcement, we're getting a new Star Wars game.
Peggy
16. Before Star Wars Battlefront 2 became good, I would have completely rejected this idea. But now,
it's insane.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 comes good, so maybe half a year after this game's release, it might have good enough content to be a good game.
I haven't actually seen this.
Right. Alright, so I'll actually just turn the trailer up and just be quiet for you now.
Think you can escape?
This is gonna be close. Pilots, you are the Empire's strength. We do not accept defeat.
Remember why we fly. For hope. For the new republic.
Vengeance will be ours.
Seize that moment.
I'm the perfect shot. Make victory.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
All right, so okay, that looked good. One thing to keep in mind: none of that was in-game footage. That was all in-engine footage. So it's not. It's pre-rendered. So that means that it's probably it won't necessarily look like that in the final release.
So I'm guessing that game is a flying game.
Yes.
It is a space
It's going to be
game.
Space flying.
I have some info here.
I'm guessing this is going to be from the N64 Squadrons game they brought out, which was also absolutely amazing for its time.
Not too sure, but things to note is that it's going to come out in October. It's for PS4, Xbox One, and PC via Origin, Steam, and Epic Store. It's $40. It's only $40, which is for a full AAA release. That's a good price.
It's EA, though.
But it's developed by Motive Studios. It's
but EA,
developed by
but they're publishing, man. They've got control over the whole thing. Like, it's EA. Like,
I hear you. But
what was the last couple of games that EA brought out, and was they?
All I'm gonna say is Motive Studios. They don't have a really long history, but they are the team that was the ones that updated Battlefront 2. So they are the team that made Battlefront 2 what it is today. I think they might get a lot of creative freedom on this, considering they are making a space game. I wouldn't think EA would sign off on a space game. And we have seen with Anthem, EA have been trying to let their developers be more free with their games. Whilst it didn't work with Anthem, there's no reason to believe that it won't work again with a different company. But the game's going to have a single-player story and multiplayer modes with cross-play support across all platforms.
Yes,
you can play it you can play it in VR as well on PS4 and PC. And we will see gameplay on the 18th of this month.
Oh, nice.
So, something to look forward to in 2 days.
I am looking forward to seeing the gameplay. But like I said, big EA stamp on it. Just watch out. Watch out for their microtransactions.
We know they're gonna have microtransactions.
I'm not gonna lie,
but I want to
make Skate free. They could make.
I want to.
You're right.
I want to believe that EA have learnt their lesson after Battlefront 2, purely because they've let Battlefront 2's development team be the ones that take control.
Yeah, instead of them.
It's not anyone else. It's just that. They've collaborated with actual Lucasfilms to make this as well, so that's where you'll see a lot of the cinematic shots come from, and all the cutscenes will probably be handled by their VFX team, which means they'll have really, really good looking cinematic.
They're LucasArts or Disney, because you should be saying Disney.
LucasArts is a subsidiary of Disney, so it's
really?
like
Did they buy it?
it's like saying DICE.
They bought it. Yeah, it's like Pixar.
Yeah. It's like DICE and Pixar. Yeah, that's a good.
Right.
They're still their own companies, but they're owned by.
Yeah, it's just like sub companies.
So it's set after Return of the Jedi, so so that probably means it's post original pre-sequel.
Yeah.
Actually, will it be pre-sequel or will it be?
No, did you say before Return of the Jedi?
Post Return of the Jedi.
So it'll be.
Those I can't tell if those are First Order or not. So, and I should know. I'm a big Star Wars nerd.
Could be.
I don't know. This might be First Order versus Resistance. It might be Rebels or New Republic versus Remnants. But more details is multiplayer battles will take in the form of 5v5s, with 2 modes currently announced: fleet battles. Nathan, I've got a bit of echo coming from you.
Sorry.
So we've got fleet battles, which task each team with destroying the opposing team's flagship, and dogfights is simply a deathmatch. So we've got an objective-based mode and we've got a normal mode. Still a bit of echo.
I don't. Let me turn myself down.
So those are what we currently know. We know there's currently there's going to be new locations in the game that we haven't seen in Star Wars yet. That is something to be excited about. I want the thing that I want to see though is every single time we've had a space game, it's just been a big open area. I want to see more environment and environmental hazards to deal with.
I think they're probably going to just do. It's going to be like a multiplayer thing, isn't it? Or are they doing? Is it going to be like a campaign?
Single player and multiplayer.
Are they going to spend more time on the multiplayer though, and it just be like?
Yeah, 100%. It's they will. They might spend a bit more time than they would have before Fallen Order, but it's very much going to be multiplayer focus.
They have said that it's going to be single and multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah, single player has been confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, does it count if it's an hour-long like campaign? Is that what they're going to go for?
I don't know.
Like an hour-long for a campaign, and then
hour-long tutorial, and then it becomes multiplayer.
You're ready for online.
It does. It looks quite fun. I haven't played a flying game in a long time, so I think
it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I
EA,
think that's definitely something.
EA have started. It's to know that everyone looks at EA as like they're the bad guys, but they have been doing a lot better recently. Battlefront 2 and Fallen Order, especially, which are both Star Wars games, and then this is also a Star Wars game. So, I'm excited to see what happens. We know that it's also been announced that it's going to be cosmetics and gameplay progression as well in your ships and stuff. So, as they hold off for another 2 days at least, see the gameplay trailer. It's going to be visually impressive at least, and also in VR, it's going to be motion sickness. That's going to be a fun one to. Yeah, that's going to do like barrel rolls whilst fly.
Right. So are they all as biggest talk?
They're all the big ones, but I have some news that's dropped as that I've been alluding to throughout, especially when it comes to rhythm games. We have a new Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh yeah,
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Yeah, we originally was leaked, and then they announced it because they're like, "Fuck, they've leaked it." And you know what? They've decided to. Which part of Kingdom Hearts do you think people would want to see as a whole game? Definitely Little Mermaid level. It's a rhythm game, everybody.
Let's have a look.
Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory is the official title. It is coming to Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One later this year. It's a rhythm game. And oh my god, I can't wait to play the Little Mermaid level all over again.
If they have the soundtrack basically from all the Kingdom Hearts, it's gonna be a big sell.
One sec, guys.
Also, Chris, I think we should wrap up after this one.
No, I've got at least one big one to go over, and then I'm fine for wrapping up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because we got to at least talk about Xbox in some way, so
yeah, that's
we talk about one of the Xbox games.
Cool.
We talk about this, then we got Xbox, and then I think that's a good point to end it. Which we made good time, 1 hour and a half to get through all that.
It was we timed it right. It was
So we're gonna wait for Nathan to get back, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts. So what's your first initial thoughts to another Kingdom Hearts rhythm-based mode?
Yeah, I'm quite happy for that. I know Final Fantasy Fiat Rhythm was a big success. Nostalgic, actually quite a hard and quite a fun rhythm game. So I've got Square Enix, man. They're my favourite developers. They've not done me wrong apart from maybe Final Fantasy. I don't know. Prior,
there is a
two.
We do have a
Union X
trailer.
was. I played a little bit, but
yeah.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. Like I said, if they're using the soundtrack from 1, 2, and 3, then
yeah, man. Like open the window.
I'm all for it. All for it. It's got some good rhythm games. When you walk away.
See, Kingdom Hearts for me, it's not. I mean, you guys, I know you've played every single one and you love it.
I haven't played 3 yet.
Oh, I haven't played really any of them.
I'm a massive Kingdom Hearts fan.
Oh, Nathan, don't lie. You've got a Kingdom Hearts tattoo.
No, and it's No Man's Sky, baby.
Oh, yeah, I thought you had a Keyblade.
Oh no!
I know it's not that. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not
Yeah,
a
it is enormous.
Keyblade. Fucking
One second,
Sean, Unit
Nah,
has a
it's
Keyblade.
Oh yeah, I remember. I knew you had a game.
Alright, Nathan, knock him out.
Right, I knew someone had a Kingdom Hearts tattoo, and I knew you had a game one. Anyway, so we got a trailer. I think this is a trailer. I don't quite know. I haven't seen it. I've only just seen that this was a thing. So we'll have a look through this now. Turn it off.
Oh, mate, Kingdom Hearts.
たどり着く世界がこちら側の光でも闇でもなく
No, there's no-
裏
no
側の
subtitles.
世界だった場合見つけ出すのは容易ではなくなる
あなたのせいで私の運命は翻弄され、私の力が足りないせいでみんなや空が傷ついた。今目の前にいるあなたがたとえ記憶や幻であっても私はあなたを許さない。
That's trailer. Literally, they were so scared of showing that it's a rhythm game that they didn't show.
that just looks like another game.
To be fair though, Final Fantasy did a rhythm game and it were alright.
Yeah, Fiat Rhythm.
Yeah, but we've already seen Kingdom Hearts rhythm.
Yeah, I know, but they're quite they're quite fun in the games.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can get you to see what I'm currently looking at on my screen. Right, there we go. So some screenshots of the game.
Oh.
Right, so this is the screenshots of the game.
So
it looks like a very traditional rhythm game, but I prefer this style over what they tried
it does
with.
look like Fiat Rhythm because Fiat Rhythm it's still got the
I saw those based on
it,
that.
and it does look like it.
I do prefer this over the thing they tried with the Little Mermaid level 100%. I don't hate rhythm games because like with Danganronpa, I definitely love the rhythm element that they had, rhythm based minigame they had. But I don't know. It's always something to hold your breath because it's very easy to make a bad rhythm game. But Kingdom Hearts definitely has a soundtrack to make a really good rhythm game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, and this makes it look like there's multiplayer versus.
Yeah,
you see a rival.
I could imagine there would be.
You can see a rival score down here.
Oh yeah.
And
then you get to visit like old games.
So is it just going to be like cutscenes of like video, and then?
Well, if you go on.
Yeah, because that's
go on to the next slide. No, the one where that one. That one's from 358.
Yeah, that's 358. But this one is from Kingdom Hearts 2, but he's wearing his Kingdom Hearts 1 clothes. So you'll probably be. I think you'll be able to customize Sora's outfit across the games because that's the Xemnas fight. Xemnas? Yeah, Xemnas. Yeah, that's the Xemnas fight at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, but he's wearing his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit. So definitely potential here. But
like I said, I think if it
I like this idea because we haven't seen Kingdom Hearts multiplayer. Well, we have seen Kingdom Hearts multiplayer, but I'm not counting. I think what was it called again? The mobile game.
Oh, Union X.
Union X. I'm not counting Union X because it wasn't on console.
It was an alright game. Played it for a bit.
But it's Kingdom Hearts return to Nintendo as well. Last time we saw them on a Nintendo device was 3DS. And then we get to see them with Melody of Memories.
Nice.
Was it recorded on 3DS?
Recorded is original DS, and then 358 was 3DS, and Dream Drop Distance.
No, 358 was an original DS. 3D, Dream Drop Distance was 3DS.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
And lastly, we have a game I know you guys enjoy. Yeah, gameplay reveal of Destroy All Humans. We've got to mute it because it's got developer commentary the entire time, so we're just gonna have to talk over it with no sound, unfortunately.
Did you ever play the original, Chris?
I have played the original, but I was like 6 years old, so I never got far into it. But I did complete. Did complete number 2. I completed number 2 with my brother, and I do remember how much I loved number 2.
It's such a fucking joke game, man.
It's so fun. I hope they keep. it's a question of how many jokes do they remove from the game? Because there's a lot of jokes that just would not stand nowadays.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I want to see how much they change and how much they keep.
Oh yeah, you are right. You are right. There's a lot that changes over time, isn't there? Like.
Yeah, so we get to see like the weapon, the classic the Zappa coming back.
Yeah,
that was a fun one to use. You get to see like in the bottom left, that looks like a emote bar, so you can dance. I hope you can like mind control a bunch of people and then make them dance with you.
It looks like you can. Oh, yeah, true.
Because you can see like there's like 2 people doing a conga there, so maybe you could get you could start like a conga line of like 20 people, which would be like do a conga line into the UFO. That would be really cool to see.
This looks good.
But I want them to definitely embrace the wackiness of the
Yeah,
the
and
original.
really like proper go to town with it.
Yeah. I want to see some. I quite weirdly, I want to see like the tennis mode from the second game come back in this, because in the second game you could like, if you were playing co-op, you could do tennis by using the disc locator on a human to go back and forth over a net. But
I forgot the second one was co-op on it.
Yeah, second one was co-op. Yeah, I completed it with my brother. But I'm excited to see this game come back.
Yeah,
it opens up avenue for so many classics to come back. Like Star Wars Republic Commando. EA, you've had the time, remake Republic Commando. It's the best Star Wars game there has been.
Just going
remake
back to that, I do think the new Star Wars Squadron is not like I wouldn't say I'd say like a remaster, remake of the original Rogue Squadrons.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The N64, yeah.
I don't know. It might be, it might not be.
I don't think it's like a full remake.
One thing I'm paying attention to is that Star Wars Squadron has the same colors on its title as Star Wars Rebels did, I think. So it might be having some tie-ins to Rebels, which I hope. I know a lot of people won't hope that, but I do. But yeah, let's talk about Destroy All Humans. So this it's classic. It's the classic gameplay, at least that's been held up. This is very much how it played before. And I'm pretty sure
they actually did a HD remake of this. They re-released it in HD.
Is this a remake or a remaster?
No, I think this is a
It's a remake. This is a remake. This is a remake.
Remake.
It says Big Beautiful Remake. So.
They could.
But it will have been built from the ground up because they can't reuse the assets or anything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It does. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like it's a game that we've seen before, isn't it? It's I don't know.
Yes, it's something we've seen before, but we haven't seen
done in different ways.
We haven't seen it this type of game for a long time now.
Yeah. It's quite a dated type of.
So it's not like if Mafia Definitive Edition that gets made. We've seen Mafia type games since Mafia 1 came out.
Nice when he disintegrated her there. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that interactable fucking floaters. Oi, he went fucking flying.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. With new technology, that opens up for a lot more props to be able to be on the floor, so you can throw. So the world's more interactive.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That. I wonder if he impaled.
It's gonna run a lot smoother as well, isn't it?
You just killed a guy with a beach umbrella.
Parasol.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, I'm quite. The only thing is the price tag. The price tag shouldn't be more. It should be a £30, £35 game. And
less than, mate. 25, 30.
Yeah, 25.
That's what you want to be.
I've just seen maybe in the bottom left that wheel isn't like a emoting, but it's actually
it looks like
it's commands.
It looks like
it's commands.
Because
right?
when
you got a kill command at the bottom, you got dance on the left, you've got attack on the right, and then you've got shield on the top. That looks like a command list rather than a.
No. Like it looked like when he changes his weapons, it looks like it goes into that menu. Like if you look, if it.
Oh yeah.
It looks like he opens the menu,
Maybe.
and on the left of the menu is like it's like a weapon reel. Like the bottom might be like mind control. It looks like a bit of a mind control tab, pressing down on the D-pad. It could be like it just opens up. Maybe 8 different.
Oh no! The bottom one is definitely the gun that makes people's head explode. No, it's different. It's different. If you see, if we go back here, and when he opens the wheel, it's on the left. It's a different thing, right?
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like if he's
like this wheel in the middle will be controlled by the right thumbstick, and that is on the left is controlled by the D-pad. It's different.
No, it looks like that is in the up menu on the left. If you look at all the other ones are not highlighted, whereas the one with the two like guy who's in the shadow, it looks like he's in that menu.
Yeah, but he's using the electricity gun. That doesn't make sense for the image. Anyway, we can't decide. It's probably getting talked about on the developer commentary that we can't listen to because I don't want to get copyrighted. So anyway, I'm going to skip further to the end on this. In big UFO gameplay. It's a good thing to see this. The destructibility on the buildings is going to be so good now.
Yeah, the whole building's fully destructible.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, mate.
Sonic Boom back.
It's what we like to see.
This is what we like to see. Like, this is looking like a very faithful remake of the original.
Mm-hmm.
Which is it's not a bad thing. I would just like to see
we need to keep
it expanded upon, but
to keep nostalgia alive.
Yeah, but I'd like to see it expanded upon. But you know, as I said, we haven't seen this kind of game for a long time, so so it's not the same as if Mafia remakes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because it's been so long that this will feel fresh.
Yeah, you are right.
Getting in the UFO and destroying everything. Xbox, PS2.
PS2 and Xbox,
yeah. Both were released on Xbox. The original.
Now to see a Shadow the Hedgehog remake.
Never gonna happen.
Not even, mate.
Never gonna happen. When they can start making good games again, we might see them make a remake. But yeah, that's all we have. That's all we got through. Next week we might go over a couple more games that we skipped out. Like maybe we'll go over Deathloop. Maybe we look at Baldur's Gate. But I think we've covered a lot today. So maybe next week we'll cover one or two more and then move on to some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yep, and
to the episode.
Catch us streaming Phantasy Star 2.
Yes, we stream Phantasy Star 2, Phantasy Star Online 2 every Monday. We stream a podcast Tuesday, Dungeon Defenders 2 on Friday, and then a casual game like Terraria, Stardew. This week it's Castle Crashers on Saturday. So all the streams start at 9 p.m. So tune in if you want.
Yep.
I've been Christopher, and this has been Nathan and Sam. Thank you for tuning in to We Are Error Episode 1. Error Episode 1. Error Episode 1. Error Episode 1. Error Episode 1.